Yo, 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 word up traders. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Simply Forex. Trader Tom here, and I am all yours for the next 45 minutes. All right. So don't be afraid, guys. Come say hello. Come ask as many questions as you like. I even have a shirt on today. I never wear shirts, right? Because, when you're trading, right? I barely get out of t-shirts and shorts, to be quite honest with you. But I have a shirt on today because I had to go and go to a meeting. Not really a meeting, that sounded quite formal, but I had to go to an appointment. So there you go. I've got a shirt on. This is I don't think I've ever done a live stream with a shirt on. And this is a full shirt, long sleeve, not like a polo shirt. Anyway, not that you care about my clothing. But what we do care is about trading. So what I'm going to do, guys, is show you a trade that I'm looking at. I'm not in any trades yet, but I am looking at Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. So we'll take a look at that. And then we'll answer every question you have in your brain, ever. And it could be anything. It could be trading. It could be science. It could be geography. Yeah, these are things I also know stuff about. I don't, just trading. All right, guys, so let's start with what I'm looking at. And the trade I'm looking at is Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Now, it's made the move when I was out, right? And, you're a trader, you're going to have days off. You have to, go to an appointment or whatever, right? So you might miss the occasional trade, no problem. Okay, but I still will get into this trade if an opportunity presents itself, right? So CAD Swiss franc buys. This is the day chart. We are in an uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs. We know this from my daily analysis vid this morning. Now, I'm looking for buys. If we look at the H4, this candle is quite nice, right? This is quite a nice candle for buying on. Okay, but I didn't get in on this candle. Okay, but H4 is looking wonderful, right? We're in an uptrend, higher lows, higher highs, right? And this, this is very much a buying candle, right? We're not far from the moving average 20, lots to like. Now the H1 is a little bit different, right? I would say we have had a H1 breakdown, right? And this is where we're at, and we're below the moving average 20. So what I'm waiting for, because of this H1 structure, right, it may or may not happen, but I'm waiting for price to potentially do something like this and find its way back down. You can see where my alarm is, back somewhere down to here. Right, somewhere in here, okay, and then I will buy Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. I'll probably wait for another bullish-ish candle, and then I will start buying Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. This is the last H4 low. I'll try and put my stop loss down here somewhere. Okay, so Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, that's what I'm waiting to see. If price just does this, shoots off, then, I've missed out on this trade. But no problem. I don't suffer with FOMO. There will be another trade tomorrow or whatever, right? You've always got a trade around the corner, right? Do not worry about finding another trade, right? In fact, what you should worry about is finding too many trades, right? You just want to find a low amount of high quality trades, right? That's the plan. So don't have FOMO, guys. And that's where we're at with Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. We'll see what happens here. Let's take a quick look at the economic calendar. There's no news as such regarding Canadian dollar or Swiss franc, but we do have, this is 1:30 GMT, so in about an hour and a half, we do have this news coming out. So this could, potentially, give us this retrace we want, okay? And that's all I'm waiting for, guys. That's the only trade. If we look at US dollar, Canadian dollar, I was interested in selling this, but you know, when we broke this area, right, the next candle had a wick like that. So not interested, right? I want to sell this pair. Okay. If we look at H4 again, do you want to sell wicks, right? Do you want to sell wicks that look like that? Answers on a postcard, and on that postcard, it should say, no, I bloody don't, Tom. Right? So, yeah, no trade here. I'll be interested to see what price does when we're up in here. And as you can see, I've got my alarm in here. Excuse me, guys. So, yeah, that's really what I'm looking at today. Right, let's find out what you guys are looking at, and let's find out who is in the live chat. Mike, hi Mike, how are you? Hope you're well. Luigi, good afternoon, Tom, and all in the chat. Hi Luigi, love it. You couldn't get a more Italian sounding name. I know I always say this, but love it. Jolma, how are you from Brazil? See, I remember these things. Himanshu, is it a good time to buy the US 100 now? Okay, so I assume you mean the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at that. We'll take a look. Colin, yo, what's up? And Mike, okay, Mike joined our course. Mike, brilliant news, right? So for those of you who don't know, we've recently launched our Simply Forex comprehensive trading course, and Mike has bought the course, right? So Mike, we will be interested to see how you get on, how it improves your trading, and we'll be asking you for some feedback to share with everyone. All right, so yeah, congratulations, Mike. Any questions or anything, you know where we are. You're on the Discord, you've got our email, so you know, don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, congratulations. Right, let's go straight in with a question from Himanshu. US 100. All right, so let's look at the NASDAQ. Okay, where the hell is the NASDAQ gone? There it is. Okay. Now, the thing with the NASDAQ and the indices are okay, they're in a descending triangle, but let's start with the weekly chart, right? Let's do a top-down approach. Let's do some thorough analysis on the NASDAQ, right? Now, if we look at the NASDAQ, you just need to understand structure. And to understand structure, you're basically looking at higher highs, higher lows, or lower highs, lower lows, okay? Now, you can clearly see we are getting higher lows, right? And higher highs. Okay. Now, is this potentially a new area for buys? Right? This is the $1 million question. And the answer right now on the weekly chart is yes and no. And therefore, if I have contradiction, it's a no. Now, let's understand why this area in here is potentially a nice buying zone, right? Well, because we're in that uptrend that I've just shown you, okay? We've retraced to a really nice area of support. You can see it was resistance here, support, okay? And we have the moving average 20, which is dynamic support in this case. So we're in an uptrend. We're at a really nice support level. So you would be forgiven for thinking, Tom, let's buy this back up to these highs and this 22,000 big psychological level, right? And because of the reasons I just explained, that would make sense. But there is a but, right? It's this big negative candle, right? Do you want to buy into that candle? It was basically an entire week of sellers. Remember, this is the weekly chart. So that is just weekly sellers selling, That's what sellers do. Sellers sell, buyers buy. You heard it here first, guys. Yeah, you can't buy that sort of information. But yeah, you get the idea. So there's contradiction here, right? I want to buy, but we have a lot of sellers. Okay, so let's carry on our analysis. Okay, let's look at another time frame. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Right now, the daily chart, we are seeing this. So that gray zone is that weekly support level I was talking about. Okay, and you can see it's also obviously a daily support level. And at this support level, we got this candle, right? So we have not broken this level. In fact, buyers have come in, you know, reasonably strongly. Okay. But let's understand structure and trend. And this is in I've tried to do it as per line. We are in a descending triangle. We are getting lower highs, but we are not getting lower lows. As I explained, these lows are holding. And if you ever get that scenario, okay, we'll have a look at US dollar, Canadian dollar in a minute. So if you ever get that scenario, it's a descending triangle, right? You could have it the other way, guys, right? So you could have something that looks like this, right? You've got this with this, right? That is an ascending triangle. This is a descending triangle. I'm actually quite pleased with this drawing here. I never know how my drawings are going to come out when I use the mouse pen. Who knows? Sometimes they look accurate. Sometimes they look like the scribblings of a lunatic. And I'm not a lunatic, not yet. But yeah, there you go, guys. Ascending triangle, descending triangle. And what happens with either of these chart patterns is contraction, right? Price contracts. It goes like this, hits that as resistance. This is support, resistance, and it contracts to a point where it just has to go somewhere, right? Does it want to do this and we become interested in buying, or does it want to do this and we become interested in selling, right? So that's more the, you know, the mid time frame that we're looking at there. This scenario could take weeks to play out, right? Himanshu is asking me, is it a good time to buy now? And I want to be with trend, right? And I'm seeing lower highs. Okay. But we know this is a very good support level and we've got a bullish candle. So if I would stay away from this until it broke the triangle, right? But if I had to trade this, if you said, Tom, you have to trade this, otherwise we will pluck out your individual nasal hair, right? I don't know where I'm going with that, right? Then I would buy it, okay? Because I would suggest you have room back up to this descending triangle resistance level. In fact, I would aim for the moving average 20. So if moving average 20 come round, I would aim for the moving average 20 as my target. So yes, you could start buying the NASDAQ on that premises, right? On that premise, sorry, get my words right. Now, if we look at the H4, it's not a buying chart, right? That is simply breaking down, and this is where we're at, right? We're getting lower highs, lower lows, right? We're in a downtrend. So although the daily says, okay, we could buy from this level, the H4 is saying, no way, Jose, right? In fact, this looks like a continuation of a downtrend. So what would I need to see happen? I would need to see at the very least, right? You can see there's a bit of an area through here. For me to start buying, I would need to see a break of this level. Perhaps H4 does this, comes back down, then breaks this level. Then we know we are in a H4 uptrend, because we're going to, at that point that it breaks this level, we begin to get higher highs and we start to get higher lows. And you need to be with trend, right? And then I would consider buying the NASDAQ. Let's look at the H1, because this may have had a structure break already, and yes, it has, right? Now, the H1, if we just follow structure, is like this, right? So H1 is firmly in an uptrend. We're getting higher highs, higher lows, right? So from a H1 point of view, this looks like a very good level to start buying, right? And this is why I always prattle on about multiple time frame analysis. Yeah, because I have traders come up to me and they say, Tom, I just trade the H1. And I'm like, well, good luck with that. That makes no sense to me. Okay? Because if I was trading the H1, I would buy the NASDAQ right now, back up to this level. And that may or may not work out, right? Okay. But if I now show you, so H1, I can't disagree, right? That is a buying level looking good. Now, if I showed you the H4, right, you would be like, Tom, there's no way I'm buying that. We're bouncing off a resistance level. We're at the moving average 20, which is also resistance. And this candle hasn't finished forming, but we're getting a pretty negative candle, right? So no trade if we want to buy this. So make sure when you enter a trade to really reanalyze what you're seeing. It's very important that, right? Reanalyze, understand what you're seeing. Yeah. Challenge the idea you have already. Okay. Is there any contradiction? Is there any doubt? You know, of course, there's always going to be an element of doubt because we're dealing with probabilities, right? No trade is 100%. So there's always a bit of doubt, but what you need to do is stack the probability in your favor. And if we was to buy the H1 chart right now, without looking at the H4, then you are decreasing the probability of success. Simple as that, right? Collate all the data you can, make the best decisions you can. That is trading in a nutshell. Adios, I'm out, drop the mic. No, but you get the idea, guys, all right? So Himanshu, buys are feasible, but I would like to see a break of this level for me to start buying. Right, who else have we got in the house? Godwin, how the devil are you, Godwin? Good to see you in the chat. Hi, Tom, Swiss franc yen, please. Okay. Okay. Hi, Tom, Swiss franc yen, please. Okay, we'll take a look at that. CJ, Tom speaking bad about my NASDAQ long. I'm now chuffed. Yeah, well, CJ, you are also long the NASDAQ. So, yes, I can see the merits in buying the NASDAQ. Like I say, just like to see a break of this level. Yeah, maybe price wants to do this, right? But yeah, I like longs on the NASDAQ. Niraj, hi, how are you? Jolma, can you look at gold? Certainly, no problem. Tony Gold, how are you? I love your name, Tony Gold, back up horn too. Let's go, Trader Tom. Let's go. Darth Vader has arrived. It's my Darth Vader impression. Luke, I am your father. Sorry, we're going mental today. I don't know what they're putting in my water. I'm sure they're spiking it or tapping it with something. Also, guys, Before we look at Swiss franc yen, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and if everyone could please smash the like button. Merci beaucoup, shukran, dankeschön, gracias. Yes. Also, guys, let me just mention this quickly. Today's live stream is sponsored by Pepperstone. Now, Pepperstone is a world-class, renowned broker that not only gives you raw spreads, super low commissions, lightning execution, but you can also trade on TradingView. And right now, if you sign up with Pepperstone using our link, they will give you a free premium TradingView subscription. Okay. Also, we will give you free access to the VIP Trading Academy. No brainer, guys. Come sign up with Pepperstone today. If you're already with Pepperstone, we can still push you across onto our Simply Forex umbrella if you want some of those perks. Right, Swiss franc yen. I want to sell it, Godwin, right? That's what I want to do. It's at a really nice level. If we look at the day chart, right, it is breaking down, right? Lower highs, lower lows, right? Clearly in a downtrend below the moving average 20, which is where I really want to be if I'm selling. Excuse me, it's my spiked water. So yeah, we're looking for sales. And also, just looking at the day chart, we are at a really nice support and resistance level. Like, we are literally at it. Okay. So yeah, this would be a good area to look to sell, you know, back down to here. I mean, even potentially lower, guys, right? And what's really interesting is how Swiss franc pairs, yen pairs, and the indices are all interlinked, right? Flight to safety, risk on off environments. I spoke about it all this morning in my daily morning analysis vid. So if you didn't watch that, watch it now, not now, after this, whenever you like. But yeah, we are seeing some Swiss franc weakness. Okay. Now that plays into this trade idea and selling from this level, right? All of my trade ideas today were Swiss franc weakness. Now, if we drop down to the H4, we are at a wonderful level, right? Not only are we at a nice daily level, but this is also, right, a really nice H4 level, right? We're in a downtrend, you can see that, and we're at the moving average 20, okay? So we're at this grey support and resistance zone and at the moving average 20. There's lots to like about selling Swiss franc yen, okay? Now, again, right, and what a lot of people forget is to read the candles, okay? Because people see that price is at a really nice support and resistance level. You've got the moving average 20 coming down. We're in a downtrend. We like Swiss franc weakness. We're like, right, let's sell this bad boy, okay? And everyone I mentor, everyone I've ever taught, right, always forgets about reading candlesticks. And there's so much information in them. Now, I want to sell this at this level, but do I want to sell this H4 candle, right? And the answer is no, okay? Let's say the next H4 candle looks like this. Now, I am more inclined to sell this candle, right? That would be less of an issue, but I am not willing to sell that candle, right? We need to see buyers who are strong, right, to run out of steam a little bit, right? So if we see big bullish candles like this going into a resistance level, I at least want to see, right, imagine this is a green candle. I can change the color of the pen and color it in, but just be happy that I'm drawing straight lines, to be honest with you, and this mouse pen, right? Then the next one that comes in perhaps is still green, but we get something like this, right? Okay, then the next one we see turns into maybe a bit of a doji. And then the next one we see becomes a sort of small red candle, right? You need to see buyers slow down and then sellers come into the market, right? That is what reading candlesticks is about, okay? Understanding who is in control and if buyers are slowing down or sellers are slowing down and why they're slowing down. And the reason is normally a support and resistance level, right? Now, that's what we need to see here, okay? Alternatively, so we could just wait for bearish-ish H4 candles, or we could drop down to the H1 and we could say to ourselves, we wait for a structure break, right? Now, we might end up with something like this. And because of that bullish H4 candle, we get something that looks like that, right? And then we get the moving average 20 coming round. And then eventually we get a break on the H1, like we break this low. Now, this may not happen today, it may happen tomorrow, but this is still a nice level, right? Doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow. And then we get the H1 structure breakdown. Then I think we can start selling Swiss franc yen as well. Okay, so you could wait for bearish H4 candles. You could wait for a H1 structure break. You could wait for both, right? A sort of double confluence, all right? But that's what we need to see, guys, for us to start taking this trade. Because looking at H1 structure and looking at that bullish H4 candle that I spoke about, right? That's telling me that this H1 could even go higher and further into this resistance level. I mean, we'll see, but you know, nothing's telling us to buy this, nothing's telling us to sell this as yet. If anything, it's telling us to carry on further. All right, Godwin. So yeah, we need to be a bit patient with Swiss franc yen sales, wait to see sellers in the market, maybe a structure break as well. So we'll keep an eye on this level. I really like this level. Right, what else are we looking at? So Jolma wants to look at gold. We'll certainly do that. Okay, let's look at gold for Jolma. Before we do, Jolma, let me just understand this question. So we've got a question from Yusuf. Hi, please, I'm new to trading. I'm currently learning support and resistance. And once I'm comfortable with it, I'm thinking of learning SMC. Do you think that's a good idea? What is SMC? There's so many acronyms, know some of them. To give you an idea, I shouldn't be saying this out loud, but somebody said to me, GM Tom, the other day. And because I'm a Forex trader, I was thinking, is that pound against which currency? Is that pound against Mexican peso? No, it's not. I know it's not. Is it pound against Malaysian something? And all it meant was good morning. But I was thinking it's a currency pair that they wanted me to look at. So there you go. That's me and acronyms. So Yusuf, what's SMC? And I will help you with that question. Right, let's have a look at gold. You are gold. Always believe in your soul. And if you are new to trading, guys, we have recently launched our Simply Forex comprehensive trading course. It's been years in the making. I've put all my knowledge and experiences into this course. So if you do want to learn trading, check it out. And we have 25% off right now if you use code Simply25. Gold. Now, gold, before I even look at the day chart, I'm not going to look at it, but what a difference a day makes, right? Because if we look at the day chart, right, a day ago, let's go back in time. I'm going to get rid of that big red candle. A day ago, I was like, let's buy gold, right? Let's get a retrace down into here and look to take price back up to these highs. Yeah, we're in a daily uptrend. We've got a nice big bullish candle. Let's buy this bad boy, right? Now, one day later, bang. Do you want to buy this candle, right? And the answer is no. It doesn't mean that I don't want to buy gold. It just means that I don't want to buy gold today, right? Because I don't want to buy into that candle, right? I don't. Okay, but let's say we end up with a candle today, maybe even ends up with a wick like this. We've got some PPI data coming out later on the US dollar. This is possible. And we end up with a green candle. My God, look at my drawing. I apologize on behalf of Simply Forex for my drawing. There you go. That's better. Again, I don't know what they're putting in my water, right? But again, what a difference a day makes. Let's say, you know, big if, but just imagine so you can understand what I'm saying. Let's imagine today's candle finishes like that. And then you wake up tomorrow morning, you analyze your charts and you see this candle, right? I would be thinking buys are back on. Let's buy gold, right? But today, no, because I don't want to buy into this big bearish red candle. But having said that, I want to buy gold. Yeah, structurally, we're looking good, right? Maybe it retraces a little bit further, right, before it comes up. And also on the weekly chart, looking good, right? Look at that. Yeah. So on the weekly, we're kind of in this uptrend stroke downtrend stroke range. We're basically in everything. Excuse me. But what we are doing, guys, jokes aside, is we're ranging between here and here. Right? Price come up, come down, up, down, and now it's on its way up. And look at that weekly candle. That is very, very bullish. So that too says we can take price to the top of this range. And that would be my target. This blue line is my target, basically. So yeah, still really want to buy gold, but because of yesterday's daily candle, we might need to wait for a day, right, before we can start buying it. Let's take a quick look at the H4, right? You know, that's not filling us with confidence either. You can see these lows through here, right? I would say that was the last higher low on the H4, right? If we just kind of track, yeah, I mean, I would include it like that, really, right? But these are the last lows, okay? And you can see this candle clearly broke this low, these lows. So we are in a H4 downtrend, okay? We're below the moving average 20. And just look how price is using that moving average 20. It really is good dynamic support or resistance, right? It's the only indicator I have on my chart, right? For that reason. So this would suggest, you know, potentially gold's doing this, right? Going lower. Now, for me to start buying gold, again, this could take a little while, but perhaps we get something like this. Maybe it stops making lower lows, right? That's a bit of a red flag that this trend could change. And then we end up breaking this level here. Then I would be all over that for buying gold, right? Moving average 20 comes around. Yeah, I'd be really interested in buying that setup. But right now, based on the H4, gold is not a buying opportunity, and with that day candle as well. So let's see, give it another day, maybe a couple of days you might need on gold, because I want to wait for a buying opportunity and hope that helps, Jonah. Right, what else are we looking at? When you say price is in a stroke range, Niraj, basically the market does this, right? Uptrend, yeah, or it downtrends, yeah, and I don't think I said stroke range, or it ranges. And to be honest with you, it normally ranges at when the trend wants to reverse. So range, uptrend, downtrend, right? And ideally, you want to be with a trending market. Okay, so they're the only three phases a market can be in. So yeah, that's what I mean by ranging market, Niraj. Okay, so Godwin is in the Swiss franc yen sell trade, but with a tight stop loss. Okay, all right, Godwin. So, all right, okay, SMC, smart money concepts. Okay, all right. So who was it? Yeah, Yusuf was saying once I'm comfortable with learning SMC, which is smart money concepts, right? And I know smart money concepts is all about, order blocks and these fair value gaps, right? Now, it doesn't matter what you call areas on a chart where price reacts, right? I call them support and resistance levels. Some people call them supply and demand levels. Some people call them order blocks. Some people call them fair value gaps. But all of this terminology means is these are areas where there are buyers and sellers, and therefore this is where the market could change direction, right? Or could be a good area to get into a trade. Now, it doesn't matter, if you say to me, Tom, I trade fair value gaps or order blocks or support and resistance, right? I call it support and resistance. Then good for you, right? But the thing that you must understand, so forget smart money concepts, right? Well, how can I phrase this? This is how I'm going to phrase it. The one thing that you must understand if you want to get any consistency at trading, and that is price action. Excuse me. Now, price action is made up of support and resistance. It's made up of trend and structure. It's made up of understanding and reading candlesticks. It's made up of trading from an area of value and taking all of this information and looking at it on multiple time frames. That is price action. And that's what you must understand, all of those things, to have a chance at trading. Okay, simple as that. You must understand price action. If you don't, spend days and days learning it, right? Now, and any good concept, whether it's smart money concepts or the next new thing that comes out, or somebody's trying to sell a fad or whatever it is, it must be built around price action, which I think smart money concepts is. Okay, so therefore I think it would be a good idea. But price action is the base for which any good concept is built. Right? It's the pillars, the building blocks of any good concept out there. So understand price action. And then if you want to get more intricate with different concepts and different ideas, then great, but understand price action first. That is my number one piece of advice to any new trader. And also, don't change your strategy, right? You have a few losing trades, you change your strategy, but that's another point. So, yeah, if it's based on price action, I'm all for it, guys. All right. What else are we looking at? Okay, Andreas wants to know Euro Aussie dollar or Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay. So, and Niraj wants to look at New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. So, Euro New Zealand dollar and New Zealand dollar Swiss franc are highly inversely correlated, right? Exactly. Kit James has said it's market structure and price action. Yeah, exactly. That's what SMC is. They just have different words for certain things, right? Let's take a look at Euro New Zealand dollar so we can do two birds with one stone. Also, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash that like button. While you smash the like button, I'm going to have a quick drink of water. Also, guys, if you're looking for a broker or would like to swap brokers, then please look no further than Pepperstone. Above my head, if you sign up with Pepperstone using our link, they are willing to give you a free premium TradingView subscription. And using Pepperstone, you can trade directly on TradingView. And also, we are going to give you free access to our VIP Trading Academy. All right, so check out that promotion. All the information is on our website. Yeah, we've got a new website as well, www.simply-forex.com. It's quite fancy. Yeah, I didn't do it because I know nothing about websites, but you know, we have a smart team that does. Right, Euro New Zealand, stop chatting, Tom. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. Let's do a top-down approach. Now, weekly chart, right? Again, this is why you should look at multiple time frames. Weekly chart is screaming out at this level for buys. It was once resistance. When it breaks and retraces, it becomes very good support. So on the weekly chart, this is a wonderful area for buying. Okay, and this is where the problem is, because on the day chart we are in a downtrend, right? So you can see we was, you know, in this uptrend, and then bang, we've broken down. These highs never broke. In here, we were getting lower highs, lower lows. We were in a downtrend. We had this nice big bearish candle. And to be honest with you guys, I was considering selling this pair today for those reasons, right? You know, downtrend, bearish candle, you know, maybe just take it down to these lows and this 1.83 thousand level. This was potentially a trade idea, right? But now you can see that that was that weekly high, and now we are bouncing off it. So you've got contradiction, guys, right? You've got a weekly. So if we think about the weekly, it was in an uptrend and it was suggesting we buy, right? But daily is in a downtrend and it was suggesting, because of this candle, that we sell, right? So straight away, there is contradiction here. And if there's any contradiction, I am like, I'm not trading it for today. I will go and find another pair to trade, right? I've got 28 currency pairs to look at. Yeah, you can find a trade. Now, right, it will be interesting to see how this candle finishes. But even if it finishes like this, let's say it finishes like this, it's still difficult for me to buy that because we're in a downtrend, right? I don't want to buy into a daily downtrend. So Euro New Zealand, we're basically between sort of a rock and a hard place. And as a result, what you might find is this: we get a bit of price action that sort of, Yeah, we get daily sellers and weekly buyers. All right, so Euro New Zealand, not a trade for me right now. And guys, please don't forget to come join us again tomorrow, 7 a.m. New York EST time. We do the live streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Please don't forget to check out the other videos as part of our channel. I hope you have a great trading day, and I will see you again soon.